one shot of the 203mm weapon can fully destroy a building used as a stronghold. How true is that statement, or are they bluffing? Why is Russia's self-propelled 2S7M gun so powerful? Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll go through world's most powerful 2S7M Malka Artillery. Before we get into the video, kindly note that the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only. Without further ado, let's dive in. The Soviet Army had an all-modern track and wheel chassis to spawn a series of connected vehicles with the launch of the T-80 main battle tank, MBT. The 2S7 was designed to support offensive assaults employing tanks, infantry, and other mobile assets for frontline indirect fire service. The 2S7 was a 46.5-ton vehicle with a 203mm 2A44 series howitzer mounted on a T-80 tank chassis, with an 840 horsepower V46i V12 turbocharged diesel-fueled engine in the center of its hull. For off-road driving, the vehicle component kept its torsion bar suspension system and could attain speeds of 31 miles per hour with a road range of 400 miles. Only the crew in the hull, in a forward-mounted cab with roof hatches, had armor protection, which measured a maximum of 10mm in thickness. Only the driving and command positions in the front cabin were fully secured. The typical operating crew of the 14-7 was carried in the primary vehicle, with the remainder transported in an aid vehicle. This means the gunnery was entirely exposed at the back top of the hull, vulnerable to the elements as well as nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare. Following the German invasion of the Soviet Union in Operation Barbarossa, during World War II, the armored doctrine was completely rebuilt. Mobile artillery support, which included rocket fire, Katyusha systems, with towed artillery elements, and beyond that, self-propelled guns, SPG, units, was eventually given a lot of attention. This wartime experience had a significant impact on the post-war designs, with big-gunned vehicles becoming the norm. In supporting large offensives, the 257 Pione entered service in 1976 with a design that revolved around a huge 203mm gun barrel atop a tracked chassis. Despite its Cold War origins, this capable firefighting vehicle is still in use today. When the 2S7 was recognized by the West, NATO gave it the designation M197. It was also given the name SO203 by the Soviet Army. When it was adopted by the service, the 2S7 became the world's largest self-propelled artillery (SPA) vehicle. The system is 42 feet long and 46 tons in weight. It fires more dangerous shells than typical Russian artillery units, which use 152mm and 155mm rounds. It requires 7 men to fire the gun's 203mm shells. 7 crew members are allocated to the howitzer and travel in a support vehicle, while another 7 crew members are assigned to the gun and travel in a support vehicle. Malka's tremendous firepower is demonstrated in this video. The crew places the shell in the autoloader and the tube bursts into flames, causing the entire system to bounce back and even jump off the ground somewhat. With a rate of fire of 2.5 rounds per minute, it is slower than other artillery, but the firepower compensates for the lack of reloading speed. To avoid enemy fire, the gun can fire 2 shells before moving to a new position. With only a 780 horsepower V46 4-stroke diesel engine, the howitzer is slow and can be bogged in the mud. Each shell weighs 220 pounds with a 39-pound high-explosive warhead. A single shot can destroy an entire building from a distance of 20 kilometers. A 16-foot crater can be created if the round misses its target. In addition to rocket-assisted and concrete-piercing shells, the Malka can fire rocket-assisted and concrete-piercing shells. It's even nuclear-capable, with the ability to fire tactical nuclear bombs on the battlefield. The 203mm 2A44 gun system, complete with integrated mounting and recoil components, was mounted over the hull's rear. This armament had a range of 37.5 kilometers and could be used with a rocket-assisted projectile, RAP, which extended the range to 47 kilometers, giving the vehicle a powerful punch for indirect fire support. The mounting gear allowed for a 15-degree right or left traversal before the entire vehicle had to be turned towards the intended shooting direction. It had an elevated range of 0 to 60 degrees. Prior to the fire, a huge spade was lowered from the rear of the hull, bracing the vehicle for the recoil force that would follow. The reloading of the big shells and accompanying propellant charge components was facilitated by a load assist system. Reloading of 203mm projectiles was handled by an ammunition carrier reload vehicle that was typically deployed with such units. On the hull of the 257 gun carrier part was 4 ready-to-fire 203mm rounds. The 2S7 designation denoted the first production models in 1976, with modest enhancements resulting in the 2S7N classification in subsequent years. The 257M Malka was released in 1983 as a modernized model with an updated fire control system, FCS, a fire rate of fire up to 2.5 rounds per minute, and more 203mm round storage on board from 4 to 8. The BTM-4 was a 2S7 offshoot that was equipped with trench digging equipment and served as a support unit for the 2S7 detachments. Several Soviet allies and sponsored governments including Mongolia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Czechoslovakia, Georgia, Poland, Slovakia, and Uzbekistan later added the 2S7 to their inventories. Following the fall of the Soviet Empire, former Soviet instances were integrated into the new Russian army, while others located in former states were rebuilt by local forces. Despite being characterized as one of the world's most powerful self-propelled artillery weapons, it has not been extensively tested in battle. The Peon was never employed in an armed confrontation by the Soviet military, and the platform was largely delivered to Soviet Red Army forces in East Germany. Following the signing of the Conventional Forces Europe (CFE) Treaty, all Peon and Malka guns were returned to Russia. The 2S7 self-propelled artillery gun was only known to have been utilized once during the conflict in South Ossetia, when Georgian military units used a battery of 6 of them. When the Georgian forces left, all of them were hidden, and one of them was seized and taken as war booty by Russian troops while the others were destroyed. What should we cover next? Do let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to smash the like button and also press the bell icon to get notifications about our new videos. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other videos. Until then, stay tuned.